Welcome back to another episode of Our Italian Dream House. Today we make the intro inside since it has been raining for 2 weeks non-stop.
We just want to take the opportunity to say thank you so much to all of you for the amazing support to our previous episode. We were a little bit worried when we were showing the negative side of the renovation, that we would come across as whiny or disrespectful to Italy or workers, but your support has been amazing, and it really showed that the version of this renovation that you want to see is the very raw one.
Yeah, and that's the way that we're going to present our renovation going forwards. We're going to show the reality, the good, the bad and the ugly. We're not going to glaze over the bad sides of it anymore. We're going to be honest and open. When it's going wrong, we're going to show it. When it's going right, we're going to show it.
Yeah, but we are still going to try to keep our positive spirit. If it's something we have learned is that losing faith is not going to help us get further.
No.
So
we're naturally positive people, so that's our default.
You are.
Okay, well that's my default. So yeah, that's why it's been like that in the past. I edit the videos, so I've kept a positive spin on it. But moving forward, it's reality.
does that mean that you're also going to show the raw, real Emily? Because that might not be as likable as the previous one.
We're just two young people trying to renovate an old house, and there's ups and downs, and we're going to show that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get on with the episode.
And thanks once again for the positive support. The comments were amazing. Into the episode. Before we jump into today's episode, we wanted to announce that we are now on Patreon. Patreon is a platform where you can support your favorite creators, and in doing so, you allow us to continue creating these videos and finishing this renovation project. So if you have the means and you would like to, please do consider supporting us there. There's lots of perks included in the tiers. For example, we have the wonderful guidebook that Emily wrote and the How to Buy a House in Italy book. In the future, we'll be filming some behind the scenes footage, tours of the house, which is exclusive to Patreon. So thanks again, and back to the video.
Welcome to the Cantina. This is the last room in the main house, which we haven't started renovating at all. Our muratores, they plastered the wall and did a cement slab on the floor with very varied quality and results. So we had to do a lot of touch-ups in here, and we really hope that we can tile straight from this floor, but it has a massive slope, so we might have to do outer leveling compound. But it's exciting that we are started. I just emptied this room, and now I'm gonna do a bit of spider web removal. I just saw that guy up there. He's like this big, and I really hope that he's dead. But I have a feeling it will be alive. And I hate spiders. Why did I move to the Italian countryside? Let's clean this room. Okay, that is most of the ceiling done. And what I find most astonishing is that we've been living here for almost 2 years, and I've been doing my laundry here, and I haven't realized how much cobweb there is in here and how many spiders have been moving. It was a mess. All these walls were completely covered in cobweb, and I haven't seen it. I guess my cleaning standards have changed a bit since moving away from Stockholm. Probably for the better, if you ask Edward. Gonna continue doing the last 2 vaults, and then I have to do some on the floor because this is really tiring on my arm. Here we go. We're gonna go pick up some furniture. While we were away in France this winter, I had a bit of a mental breakdown thinking about furnishing the stable, because we have no money left whatsoever, and we still have 80 square meters more to furnish, which we obviously don't have the money for. So I went on Facebook Marketplace, and I must say that Facebook Marketplace in Italy is pretty tricky because people, since they have so much space that they don't really care about if they get rid of stuff or not, the prices tend to be quite high, like very, very high. But I found this great deal now. We're gonna get free super nice rattan chairs with a small side table and a lamp, which I don't really want, but it comes included. So we're gonna head to Asti now to pick it up. Success! And we managed to fit 3 chairs, 1 side table, 1 lamp into our Audi.
Ta-da-da! A lot of old furniture. See. It's pretty cool though, having some antique furniture. I think it just needs a little clean up and it'll be good to go. A lot of character to our new rooms in the stable.
So we got 1 side table,
1 lamp, 1 armchair, 1 side chair, like dining style chair, 2nd armchair, and the lamp stand.
really cool. I'm so happy with this.
Really cool. We are currently in the Cantina, which is traditionally the wine drinking room, a little bit of a hosting snug area, store your wine, drink your wine. It's a very Piemontese festive room. Unfortunately, ours is not very festive at the moment. These lights may give the impression that it's festive, but it's not. And that's what we're here doing. We are working on this room. We started the decoration, we're working on the tiles now. Once again, there seems to be a little bit of a recurring theme at this stage of the renovation. The floor, which we had poured, the new cement floors, they're terrible. Really,
we didn't pour them.
We didn't pour them, we paid someone to do them. Completely out of level. It's in some places I've had to repair it with special like industrial like self-leveling screed, which is really strong because there was a few cracks. Yeah, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge tiling here. We're doing our traditional terracotta style tiles in herringbone, and I've just started and I realized that this is the low point of the room, so I built it up a little bit using the glue, which is fine because it's rated to be built up quite a bit. But yeah, it's a little bit tedious, and again, it takes me twice as long to do it because I have to take extra care, and I'm not a professional. So a little bit annoying, you know, you pay thousands of euros to have work done and it's not the finish that you were expecting. We're here in the Cantina at dinner time.
Past dinner time.
I'm quite hungry because we had the issue with the roof today. So whilst I was supposed to be tiling, or we were supposed to be tiling, we were up on the roof fixing the leak before there was a big rain downpour, which lasted about an hour and a half. So not everything always goes to plan, but we try to catch up with a bit of tiling. And that's what we're doing. So we'll work a little bit into the evening. And then tomorrow we will glue all of the edge pieces down. So the plan is to finish getting all the offcuts into the correct places in the edge. And then tomorrow we glue.
Welcome back to the small stable bedroom, which we painted and tiled in the previous episode. I'm so happy with this room. First of all, it feels a lot bigger than what we thought it would do, and it just feels like fresh and cozy. It has the right size, and I think it will be super nice once it's decorated and done. We still have a little bit of painting left to do, a little bit of cutting in, whoever was responsible for that, a bit lazy. And then we're gonna paint with this on top. This is a lime wash from a Belgian company called Calculated. This is the color Palladio, and it will look like this. They always recommend that you do 2 layers of it, but actually our friend in France, she just did 1, and it looks amazing. So I think that would be perfect here to get some kind of in-between lime wash, but white paint. It's not a priority. I think for now we will finish the cantina, we will finish up the gym, then we need to pour the concrete slab to really make sure we don't have any more leaks. And then we'll paint this. So it will be in a couple of weeks.
Another issue with the floor. This is becoming a repeating topic of our videos lately, and it makes me sound like a broken record. But if I put the tile down without glue, we basically have just built a ski ramp.
Pronto per piastrellare, as they said. Ready to be tiled.
Yeah, so I mean, all of this here is what do you say, in level, it's level. These ones that I've already glued down. And we can see how out of level the edge is. It's basically a 1.5 centimeter difference from there to there. So I'm chiseling away the edge there, and then we can glue the tiles down. But again, it's just another annoying little task
That adds on time.
Adds on time and adds on frustration. But unfortunately, we can't finish this room without doing it, so we just got to get on with it.
Welcome back to the cantina. Edward finished tiling yesterday around lunch, and it is now time to clean everything and then start preparing for grouting. We had a little interruption from the leak in the roof, but that is fixed now, so we are back in the cantina and fully focusing on getting this room ready. It's really exciting. It feels like our house just became like 25 square meters bigger, which is quite a lot considering that like my first flat in Paris was 17 square meters. So we just gained new flat and a half in our house. Let's crack on.
Almost what will be the final room of the main house that we tile. We made the decision to use the grout a little bit runnier. So within the instructions of this particular grout, you can use a limit of water, like a higher limit or a lower limit. We went for more water this time. And it makes it flow a little bit easier, which generally makes it faster. You don't have to really work it so hard into the gaps because it flows in itself. And yeah, and it's going on really nicely, and I'm really happy with it. So once we've cleaned it off later today, it will be interesting to see if it's different from the other rooms or if we could have done it runnier the whole time. So we'll find out. Bit of an experiment.
Just more cleaning for me.
It should be easier to clean though because it's not a stick. It's like a thinner film.
That was a workout. We have just done the first pass of cleaning on the new grout. It's been a couple of hours since Edward finished, so it was dry enough, it wasn't sticky when you touch it. So we've been going over with the big hand sponge, and I'm doing some extra cleaning on the high parts to get big lumps off. And then tomorrow morning we will do the proper cleaning. Looks good so far. It's a bit more rustic than in the rest of the house, but I think it looks great with these tiles, and it looks great for this room because it is an old cantina, so it looks the age. It's really cool. Happy. Inspection.
What do you think?
Yeah. Focus.
All of this space is mine. All of this space is mine.
I'm just in the process of measuring up and cutting the wood, ready to build the timber frame for the plasterboard wall. Not really a wall, it's more of a box that we're building around the tubes there, so that they're enclosed. Unfortunately, on a Saturday in the afternoon, there's nowhere to buy wood except the DIY store, which is about 20 minutes away, and they only sell the wood in the lengths of 2 meters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the frame in 2 sections and then screw them together. So I'm building the bottom section now, and that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll measure up for the top section afterwards.
What do you say? How drunk was the person building the original walls to this room in the 1920s?
2 bottles of red drunk.
Yeah. How many degrees of lean do you have on the walls?
Oh. 2 bottles of red lean. Anchored. The frame is going in quite nicely. We've actually got the skeleton built out of this 5x5 timber. At the moment we're putting on OSB, so this is the panel boards, the wooden boards, which will stiffen everything. After that we will put cartongesso, which is drywall or plasterboard in English, on top. And then inside we've got polystyrene bricks, which are left over from insulating the stable, and we can put them inside, which is going to help with some noise insulation from when the toilet's flushed and you hear the water running down. Because this is going to be the cantina, so it's going to be quite a social room. You don't really want to hear it when your mate goes to the loo, flushes, and you're trying to drink your wine, so we're insulating as best we can.
Inspection.
What do you think? That seems like a good response.
Waggy tail. Approved. Good
bit of progress here in the cantina. The toilet waste tube is now boxed in, which is really cool. It worked really well with the frame and the OSB board. That will be it on the progress of the cantina for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to continue with fixing the walls. We're going to put the plasterboard on here, plaster it in, and hopefully we're going to start painting and transforming this room into less of a storage room and more of a usable room in the house, which is really cool. We made a lot of progress this week, and I have to say I'm very happy with how it's turned out. The floors look amazing, and it's been a big transformation already, but more to come.
Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future episodes. See you next week!